Hello, YouTube and fellow resellers. My name's Kevin, the Stoic Reseller, and I'm back at you with another update. I don't even forget. I forgot what week we're on, but it's 7.8% promoted, and we're gonna get right into it. If you're new to my channel, which some of you are, I buy new and used clothing. I sell men's and women's on eBay and Poshmark. I make basically a full-time living part-time with the help of my wife. Actually, it pays for my wife staying home, and it's slowly getting us out of debt, which is a great thing, right? So if you like this kind of content, you're into data-driven results, please like, subscribe, comment below, and let's jump right into it. Anyways, you can see the results here. This is for last week. This is the 7/15 through July 21st. Very odd results. We increased 1.2% week over week in terms of the promoted amount. However, you can see there's some red on this. This is the first time we've seen negative results in sales. And it's actually pretty drastic. So we're going to pull this up. We're going to show you a nice little reminder. Last week we had 67 sales, and that was an increase of 64.18%. And we paid $173.86 for like $2,600 in sales, and our ROAS was 15.38. So let's see what we were going to enter into the 7.8 here. So we had 65 sales. That's the first time, as you can see there, that we've had any negative. That's pretty wild. I'm not too thrilled about that, okay? Our cost went up, which is, again, pretty wild. And our ROAS went down. But wouldn't you know it, that's just how this game's going to work. So we're going to take our handy-dandy calculator here, and we're going to go 67 divided by 65, right? And that was it was basically a 3%, 3.07% decrease. So percent, and we'll highlight this box in red. Here, we'll make this green. How about that? Yeah, we'll get fancy. Look at our Excel skills. Are the best. But anyways, yeah, like I said, this is the first time we've had any negative results on this. We're gonna minimize this again. Just kind of look at the results. $2,500 in sales. Again, I'd be willing to bet most of us, if not all of us, would take $195, give it to someone, and then they gave us $2,540.07 back. I certainly would. I know most of you will. So this is still within the realm of acceptable, in my opinion. Not something that I'm happy to pay for. I'd rather have all these sales without having to pay $200. It is what it is, though. Our sales conversion went down 1.04%. Our quantity sold went down 2.99%. I guess I could have just looked right there. Click-through rate did go up, though. It's kind of odd. Our clicks went up 40%. So this is either telling me something that we had a week where we didn't list either our normal quality items, which I know is not true because we had a pretty solid week of listing, and it felt like we were making sales like crazy. So the fact that our promoted amount of sales went down is a little wild, but it is what it is. We're going to go over here. Like I said, we're going to look at our traffic. Filter this out to here. Now, what we really want to see is sales-wise and everything like that. So did the promoted sales go down and everything else go up, or did everything go down? So that's going to be the interesting thing. So I can already tell you we had actually 5 more sales from the week prior. So that's good. We actually had more sales week over week. And so you can see here, the promoted impressions is 72% now. Jeez, another 4% increase. So, like I said, this is really odd. We're having very, like, I don't know, what would you call it? Like the best, like predictable results at this point. It's kind of bizarre. I don't know. But our promoted impressions percentage keeps going up. Obviously, as the more we promote, the more it's going to go up. I think that is a given. So there's that. There's our tracker. Let's analyze some of these results, right? Our impressions week over week went up 12%. Excuse me. Our page views went up 7.6. Our quantity went up 5.7%. And I know we sold more. It felt like we sold more. We just had our best weekend we've ever had. But we went on vacation on Wednesday. So this also might be affected by the fact that we didn't ship out until today. My wife did most of the eBay shipments yesterday. We just didn't get it out to the post office today. And I know the algorithm can kind of measure that. I know that is not a huge conspiracy theory, that the algorithm will look to see how your account's doing, if you're overloaded, things like that, traffic-wise. But fortunately, it didn't cripple us at all. So, yeah, we'll take it. Organic impressions continue to go down. Womp womp. Wouldn't you know it? Based on a percentage, of course. Promoted impressions went up 18.6% week over week. Our top 20 search results, however, started to climb back up, and so did the rest of our search results. So we'll take that. Impressions, page views went up 6.1%. External site views up 41.5% week over week. I'm not quite sure what's driving this because I don't do offsite ads, and unless promoted listings. I guess they did mention that promoted listings will have some form of offsite advertisement, but we're paying a lot at this point, so we would expect more, but I'll take whatever we're getting. And the quantity sold. So, again, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let's look at... There was one other thing. I forgot to look at this on the other video. We'll look at sales. And we'll do the custom here. We'll go the 15th through the 21st. Hit generate. So yeah, you can kind of see here the beginning of the week really was kind of crap, but then we had like some really strong days to end the week. You can see our overall amount of sold went up 0.5%. Who knows? Top 5 categories though. We have pants, men's pants, casual button downs, activewear pants for women, polos for men, and then activewear pants for men. The biggest gainer though was regular pants for men. Who would have known? Now, something I highlighted a couple videos ago was that my selling costs were down, and now they've creeped back up. This was probably to be expected considering how much we're promoting at. 32.6% is, honestly where I expected to be promoting this high. But our net sales are up, week over week, up quite a bit. Everything's up. Except for our average sales price has gone down to $38 basically. But other than that, I'm not too worried about it. Everything's been pretty dang solid. If we go back here, we can see, obviously there's still a roller coaster, but the dips aren't that bad. 288's the worst, and I don't really want to be there. That's pretty bad for where we want to be. We want to be kind of right in this line, like at that 517. This 500 here is where we want to be. You can see we're still kissing it sometimes, and then we have these huge peaks. So we're almost there. We had $3,200 in sales last week, so we're like $300 off the eBay of what I want on eBay. So getting there. We're getting there. It's just a matter of time, okay? So anyways, the next thing I wanted to show was us going to the next level. So the next level is going to be 8.9%. Yikes. That's pretty high. But I mentioned this in the last video. YouTubers, bigger YouTubers than I've been watching them. They've been pressured to explain how much they are promoting at. Some are doing dynamic promotions, which range anywhere from like, what, 9% to like over 13. Some of the other ones I've watched hover between 9 and 11%. So we're heading right at where all these other YouTubers are at, who seem to be doing pretty well in terms of sales. So maybe 8.9% will be just right, because I do believe the most efficient promoted listing is somewhere in between 7.5 and 10.5. So those 3 percentage points. So my expectation is that these next 2 weeks are going to be the best weeks in terms of numbers. Fingers crossed. But we're going to go to 8.9. So what we'll do here is go to our bulk edit. By the way, my store is almost at 1,100. This is the biggest I've ever had my store. Well, it's my wife and I's store, and this is great. We're so excited about this, or at least I am. I don't know how she feels about it. She's probably cursing me because of all the shipping we've been having to do lately. So do boom, bulk edit. We're going to go here to promoted listings, update promoted, ad rate, apply a single fixed, and 8.9%. I am no longer worried about doing this anymore because the results are what they are. We continue to show positive sales. If I wasn't showing positive sales, this would be something of worry. It just means that we're kind of just spinning our wheels like this blue wheel here is, because eBay's really glitchy lately. But we are doing great. I cannot complain. Like I said, sales have been staying very consistent. I do wish the sell-through rate of my items were better. Here, we're going to hit submit. Submit all. Wait for this, because I do want to show, like, use the whatever we've had. What do we have? 80, 90, 92 sales? 97 sales? I don't know. We'll look again, because remember, I'm listing 140 a week between my wife and I. So we'll let this do its thing. Bada bing, bada boom. I want to see what my overall sell-through rate is, because that's honestly probably the biggest key to this. Is we want to get our sell-through rate in our store to be about even. And actually, I wouldn't even mind if it was less. So, like if we were starting to shrink the store a little bit, but I know that's not the case. So apparently we had 92 sales. Okay, so I was correct. So let's bring Poshmark over. And let's do sales. I wonder. All right. And listings sold. So we're going to have to do some math. This was the 15th through the 21st. Okay. Where'd it go? 15th through the 21st. So we had 8. We had 1 on the 16th. Wow. You can kind of see the seasonality of Poshmark even. It's a little bizarre. And 6. Plus the 92. So we're 17. Our store grew 17 items. But that's not a bad sell-through rate, right? So you take that divided by 140, and it's about an 80, we'll call it 88%. Not the best, not the worst. It's definitely better than it has been in a very long time. So we'll minimize that, X out of that. All right. So with all that said, let's get into the top sales of the week. Let's see. I'm going to go down to 40 again. So anything over 40, I will share with you. Here we go again. Frank and Eileen. I had found like one weekend, I found like 5 pairs of these, and then 2 more pairs a week later. So be on the lookout. They're out there. Just got to find them. These sold, got returned, and then they sold again. I don't know what, like these things freak me out. Like I had another really high-end return of like over $100 for the the Scotty Vest Blazer. And that was pretty bad. I mean, the guy just said it didn't fit, so it wasn't the worst, but eh. Another pair of shoes on Cloud. These are the Cloud Go running shoes. These sold pretty darn quickly. Actually, they did not. They sat for about a month, but I had to get full asking price of $60. Talk about a brand that took forever to sell. Emoji and Willie. These sold one time, like right away. These and I had like some Raleigh denim. He bought both that pair and this pair. He returned this pair saying like it didn't fit. And then they took forever to sell. So I took $59, which is less than I should have, but I was just tired of sitting on them. Bulk buy of 2 yoga pants from Nike. Bon. These are some armored like leggings for motorcyclists. So they have like really hard pads on them in case you crash. Sat on this for about a month or so. Did sell for $50. Polo Ralph Lauren. These are the biggest. I have a few of these. These are the biggest shirts I have ever found. 6 extra large big. I want you to go onto eBay, do Polo Ralph Lauren, Pima Soft Touch Polo, 6XL big. There's none available, or very few. Lots sold. This sold for $25 in a matter of a week. CC Filson, just obvious, right? You're going to pick this up. There is a service. There's a little code on the inside tag where you can find out what the item is. This was the service long sleeve in this nice army green. Sold, within a week for $50. These were a retail arbitrage from Nike. You can see by the SKU number, or from Ross. I've had these for a long time. Sold for $50. When I bought them, they had a better sell-through rate. So I don't know what happened. Barena Venezia. Now, these should not have sold as quickly as they did, but I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. Sold within about 2 weeks. This is a very high-end, like, fat men's fashion brand. Very nice pants, actually, though. Something else to be on the lookout. Bolo, Duluth, women's specifically. Their jeans don't do so good. Unless I think there's, like, one line of their jeans that do well. But if you get their, like, outdoors pants, shorts, skirts, these are overalls. They all do really well. These sold, should have sold for a little bit more. They had a couple stains, so I priced it down a little bit, but sold for $40 in a matter of a day. Some Dry Fit Advanced leggings or pants, joggers, whatever you want to call these for men, sold in a matter of a month for $42. And then we'll cover these. You don't need that one, so we'll cover these two here. Title IX is an outdoor brand that I am looking at a lot more recently. This was new at Tags. I paid half off. I think I paid like $13 for these, and they sold super fast. I was surprised. I priced them at $40, which was kind of the top of the market, and they sold, I would say, within like 3-4 days for the full asking price. That was crazy. And then some Breon. These are the Breon 2s, and again, I see. Let me get this out of the way, because like I said, I watch a lot of YouTubers just to make sure my brand knowledge is up to par. I'm doing my own research, which is, I have a cool video lined up for you guys. It's the top 10 everyday items you pass on that sell for good money. And but anyways, Prana pants. I can't tell you. I'm not gonna name YouTubers, but they're way more prominent than me. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna list these at 25." That tells me that they have no freaking idea what they're doing half the time. Prana pants, I'm listing these at. I mean, these sold for a little bit higher because of the newer version, but the older versions I'm listing at 35 and selling for 30 to 35 all day long. The Stretch Zion I list at 40 and they sell basically right away within a week for like $35 to $40. Everyone who's listing their Prana pants under $30 are just complete idiots. They don't do product knowledge, and they just look at the lowest sold, and then they go, "Oh, I'll price it like $5 lowest." Because there are people who sell these for $20. You're literally leaving $10 to $15 on the table, And who cares if you have to wait another week for it to sell? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to know that an item will sell, has tremendous sales velocity, and you're throwing $10 to $15 away because you don't want to wait a week for it to sell. I get if it's like $2-3, but when it's $10 to $15, there's no reason to not wait a week for it to sell. I'm sorry. I'm on that soapbox because it just burns me inside because I sell prana so often. I find it in hordes where I go. And I pick almost all of it up at $10 and they all sells within a month for $30 to $40. And I see YouTubers sell it between 20 and 25 and I just give them the middle finger every time because they're so dumb, but it is what it is. You guys want to price your stuff down, you do that. I'll continue to price where it's at. I have repeat buyers that come in and buy this stuff all the time because they know the quality they're going to get. I don't pick up stuff that is like blown out, got a lot of, suspect wear or whatever. All the stuff I sell is high quality and they know that, and that's why I price it up. But yeah, guys, let me know. What did you learn in this crazy rant of a thing? Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. I can't complain. I'm hoping that this 8.9%, increases the volume. Who knows? But if you learn some new brands, you like this type of content, you want to know more, we're almost done with this video series. I think we only have, 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess we're halfway through. We're not even almost done. We're going all the way up to 13.5%. Ugh. But anyways, like, subscribe, comment below. And until next week, rule the day.